What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, this video is a continue of the series that I've been asking the question, how many games will this NBA team win? And in this video, I will be discussing the Orlando Magic. As everyone knows, over the past, let's say 2 seasons, not counting when they did lose in the Eastern Conference first round, the Orlando Magic have been basically the bottom of the barrel in the NBA. Going from winning 21 games to 22 games last season. The youth movement is very vibrant in Orlando. We know that they haven't had a premier superstar since the days of Dwight Howard. We know they haven't had the best fan base, since the days of them contending and actually going to the playoffs and going deep in the playoffs and actually appearing in the NBA Finals with Dwight Howard and Turkoglu and all of those guys, Jameer Nelson in those days, Rashard Lewis. Now fast forward to today, where you look at the roster and you look at their team as a whole and the things that they've been able to accomplish in players and acquiring certain guys and just building on young talent. I am very excited to see the Orlando Magic this year. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think they will be, I'm not going to say what Memphis was last year, but they will be exciting to watch for sure. They will be exciting. If you don't know, I'm going to give you a rundown of their roster right now. I'm just going to throw some names out there and you guys can let me know or not. What do you think? Is this a legit young, team that can actually make a push, or am I just I'm gassing them so far? So, of course, we know they have Cole Anthony, point guard, 22 years old. They have Mo Bamba, which I think people, unless you've seen him at Oregon, and unless you've seen certain clips and highlights of him, you haven't really got a real, you only got a sample of what he's capable of. I mean, 7 foot, can handle, can shoot the ball. I mean, really shoot the ball. Let it fly. Shoot the ball. And when he was with Denver, I just feel like they didn't maximize on everything Mo Bamba was capable of. Of course, we all know the number 1 pick in this year's draft, Palo Banchero, who's, a lot of people are high on. I loved his game during the summer league. He was doing everything. He was showing the back down. He was showing the turnaround. He was showing the face up, And I think, of course, a lot of people have him, going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. Also, another player that I like, of course, is Wendell Carter Jr. Even in his days in Chicago, I liked him. I think with Orlando, he was able to, at least last year, I saw, show and prove on some of the things that I saw when he was in college at Duke. Not too much with Chicago, but you know how it goes when, you're asked to do a little bit more, with guys on your side like a Zach LaVine and things like that. Markelle Fultz, who I'm still high on. I'm still high on Markelle Fultz at 24 years old, even though, being the number 1 pick, he hasn't showed that breakout star ability, that breakout talent, that everybody thought he was going to be when drafted by the Sixers. Even though going through the situation with his shoulder and multiple injuries and things like that, I'm still pretty high on Markelle Fultz. Again, he's only 24 years old. He's only 24. He can have a breakout season. Who knows? I feel like, it's more, for me, I feel like with Fultz, it's more peaks, than valleys upon him. Even going back to his days in college at Washington, and the things that I saw, I know that he's capable of bringing those things to the next level. It just has to be brought out a certain way. Another player, RJ Hampton. You know, RJ is not a player that actually went to college. He went the overseas route. And another young talent, 21 years old. Gary Harris, 28 years old. Jonathan Isaac, who, you know, has been on the mend over the last few seasons after that brutal injury. But again, 24 years old. Terrence Ross is the oldest player currently on their roster at 31. Jalen Suggs, 21. Franz and Mo Wagner. Like, are you serious? Like, we're talking about a legit young core who, if you honestly look at it top to bottom, you can put this roster together. Now, I may be thinking in the elements of like video games in 2K, like, but on paper, you would think that this roster could put together at least 35 wins. Like, seriously, like at least 35 wins. And I'm speaking on the fact of playing hard every night, you know, getting the most out of guys and just being healthy. Also coming together with chemistry. I mean, you have a young core, and if you really want to be like honest, this is like a college team. Like, outside of Terrence Ross and Gary Harris, I mean, guys are 25, 26 and under. You know, it's like you can build on that. And that's the thing. It's like when you have so many young pieces and your core can be together and grow together for 3, 4, 5 seasons, you can create something special. Like, you could create something out of nothing and surprise a lot of teams. Yes, I'm not saying that the Magic will be contending for the Eastern Conference Finals or an NBA championship this season. But what I am saying is, when you look at it top to bottom, why can't they be competitive? Why can't they have, you know, one of the more surprising or, you know, exciting stories in the NBA season? Why not? Why not? Who's to say that the Magic can't win, you know, 15 more games than they did last year? You know, who's to say that? You know, that's 15 is a lot of games, right? 15 more games than you did a season ago is a lot of games, but a few seasons ago they did make the playoffs. So when you look at it on a grand scheme of things, is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? I don't know. For me, I just think that the Orlando Magic have a young core. They have budding talent, you know, with something, in my opinion, something to prove. Especially you have the number 1 pick. Especially when you have, you know, guys that are trying to make a name for themselves. I believe that the Magic ultimately, their season wins. I'm going to give a number. They're going to win 33 games this year. They're going to win 33 games this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more, but I'm sticking with 33. I don't think they're going to be any number under 33 wins. Not with the talent, not with that roster. I just don't see it happening. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys see the Magic winning more or less games? Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, everybody tuning in, I am greatly appreciated. All the likes, all the love, all the subscriptions, I enjoy it all. I pay attention to it all. I comment to you guys. Listen, like I said all the time, man, I'm building this channel for fans and people like me that enjoy this type of content. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. This is Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.